Hi guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about a comic book haul that I did over the weekend. So today is Wednesday, September 20th, and I had bought them on Monday, September 18th. So not really over the weekend, but just at the start of the week. So everything came in this bag. I have the comics in here. The only thing I actually took out of this bag I'm going to show you right now is a Spider-Gwen sticker that I got. So I really like the Spider-Gwen series. I think it's really just a fun parallel universe to Spider-Man. And they have this sticker for $1, so I was like, I'll go ahead and get that. My PS4 is covered in stickers, so I'm actually going to find a place for her to reside later today. And then the rest of the things that I bought were comics. So I did get quite a few comic books. If you want to ask me any questions or go more in depth with the series, I'd love to film a collection of my comic books that I have, kind of like I did with my jewelry box. So if that's something that you'd like to see, please like, comment, or subscribe, and I will go ahead and film that and upload that for you. Always at the front of my comic book store, they have the Marvel True Believer series. So I just picked up the Spider-Man and the X-Men True Believers. So if you don't know, True Believers oftentimes does reboots of like the first time a character arrives. Like they did a True Believers Deadpool, True Believers, they did a True Believers for Silk, which I have in my collection that I can show you guys if you want. But I just went ahead and picked up these two. I just kind of like to have them. I typically don't really read the True Believer series. They're kind of just like, you know, getting like a candy bar at the grocery store. You're like, oh yeah, that's here, I'll get that too. So I got some of the Silk books, but I actually couldn't remember which collection that I had, even though I had just looked the night before. So I have two of the Amazing Spider-Man Silk. If you're not familiar with Silk, I would really recommend checking this comic book out. It has a female protagonist, which is the superhero, and her name is Silk, and she totally exists. Like, it's not like where Spider-Gwen is a parallel universe. She is actually in the real Marvel universe with Spider-Man, and her story is that she was actually locked in a bunker for like a really long time. Like, she was bitten by, you know, a radioactive spider or whatever, and then she was locked in a bunker. So she actually, when she ends up in New York, it's kind of like Kimmy Schmidt, but with superheroes. So if you like Kimmy Schmidt Unbreakable, I would definitely recommend checking out this comic just because her backstory is so cool. And then I went ahead and got, oh, see, I have a couple more from Silk. So they did a reboot of it. Oh my gosh, I almost just fell off my lap. Okay, so this is actually the series I have. I remember, it's coming back to me now. It's just the regular Silk, and then it got Silk Amazing Spider-Man. I don't remember, but this is the series that I have. So I have 1 through 6 of this series, but I was missing 5, so I went in there to get this issue. And then I also picked up 7 and 8 of that series. And I don't know if you can see, but they actually changed the art style when they go into issue 7. So it looks kind of like, I don't know, kind of like maybe like a Oriental, like Japanese family or something. And then just like a close-up portrait of her. But you can see it kind of went from like, I actually like this art style a little bit more visually. I haven't read the comic books yet, so I don't know actually how it like reads or anything, like if that's gonna be an issue, but I like it better than the other one, I think. So I got those ones for Silk, and then I also picked up, oh Jesus Christ, I got one more as well. I guess I really did only get 2 different superheroes. So I remember I wanted to actually get this because it's really cool cover art. Yeah, I just thought that was super duper cool. So I guess these are the same thing. Oh yeah, this is from this series, but this is the second issue's like separate cover art. Like they had 2 different types of cover art. So again, I thought this was really, really cool looking. So I wanted to get that too. Alright, and then I also wanted to pick up more issues from the Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is pretty much my favorite superhero. If you're not familiar with the Scarlet Witch, if you've seen the Avengers movies, she's part of the Wonder Twins, and she ends up losing her brother, so she has some definite trauma. But I wanted to pick up some series of the Scarlet Witch. You guys, I love this comic book. I highly recommend it to anybody looking to get into comic books. It's so fun to read. It's a good story. The only kind of like wonky thing with this series so far has been that they are changing the artist. Oh, sorry, somebody's tweeting something. So someone was just tweeting something about NASA, so I had to swipe that away. No, but seriously, the only quirky thing about this series is that it changed artists so many times. So I would love to do a series with you guys, or a video with you guys about the Scarlet Witch. So if that's something that you guys would be interested in, I would love to show you all the issues I have. The ones that I picked up here, this is the 6th issue. So I may have already had this one in my collection, but I wanted to just pick it up again, and then if I do have one, I'll just leave this one poly wrapped in this little thing, and if I don't, then I'll have it. But I think she's like probably a really underrated superhero, but she's definitely one of my favorites. So the Scarlet Witch, I would check it out. I also picked up 15 and 16 because while I was pregnant, I really didn't do much shopping. I didn't do like a lot of just things out in my community, so I kind of just didn't buy comic books for a long time. And by the time I came back, they were actually done with this series. So 15 is the last issue. I'm really excited to actually read it and finish it. So maybe what I will do, see, and it's interesting to me because this actually, looking at it, it reminds me of the first issue. So I wonder if they got the same artist to do that issue and the last issue. Huh. Or maybe it's like a flashback or something, because that's pretty much just like the first one. Anyway, I will, because I now have convinced myself that it's going to be super fun, I will go ahead and film an issue, or film a video once I finish this series. Probably there will be spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, then you can go ahead and read the series for yourself and then come back to my video and see if our opinions are the same, if they're debating. I think that would be fun to talk about too. So, again, I got the True Believer Spider-Man. I actually wanted to get more of the Spidey comic books because I think those are really, really awesome. They're just the stories that like I remember about Spider-Man. If you grew up watching the movies with Tobey Maguire, I think you would really like the Spidey comics, and they're actually called Spidey, so it's not Spider-Man True Believers, it's not The Amazing Spider-Man, it's just called Spidey, and they're really, really good. So again, I got the Spider-Man True Believers. I wanted to get more Spidey, but I forgot. I got X-Men True Believers. I got a bunch of Silk, and then I got 3 issues of the Scarlet Witch, and then the last thing was this Spider-Gwen sticker. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to like, comment, or subscribe, I would appreciate it. And if you have any questions, you can feel free to message me and I will try to respond. Alrighty guys, thank you so much. Have a good day.